Alright, so today I want to make a video on changing the oil on my Honda Acty K truck. It's a pretty simple process, just with any oil change, but some of the places are unique to find where to put the oil in and the dipstick, so I just want to make a video doing the whole process. So for the whole oil change, if you're going to fill up your filter, you're going to need 3 quarts of oil, and then if you're doing a new oil filter, this is not need to be imported. You can get this at O'Reilly's or a local shop, but there's the product number. You're gonna need a crazy funnel or a funnel with an extension, because the fill point is a little bit awkward for some normal funnel. And then I also wanted to do an air filter, which I got this imported from Japan. So yeah, it's gonna be a quick little tune-up. Okay, what you're first gonna do is find your engine drain bolt, which is right behind your rear axle or in front of your rear axle. So once you get that guy popped, you can take your wrench off and you should be able to just spin it. Once you pop it up, pop your socket off your wrench, you can just spin this off. You want to make sure you don't lose your drain bolt. And then goes your engine oil, which is dead black. And then while that's draining, you want to come over to your passenger side of the tail of your truck, and you can pop your oil fill cap to make it drain faster. Alright, so then once your oil has come to a stop, you're going to want to clean off where the oil drain plug goes. And then when you're with your wiped off drain plug, screw it back on and then give it one last tighten down. Okay, so then once you move up front to the filter, I forgot to video, or I didn't press record, but you just come to the front with your oil wrench and pan. Well, I forgot to hit record, but if you come to the front, you just see your oil filter area up there under this bar. You just pop your pan under with your oil wrench and just crank it loose and spin it off by hand and drop it in your oil pan. Alright, then once you get your oil filter off, you want to come around and lube up the ring on yours. Some of them come pre-lubed. Looks like this one tried to, but you still want to just throw some on so it's easier to get off next time. And if you're going to fill your filter up, that's what you want to do now. It'll take exactly 3 quarts to fill the whole truck up if you do your filter. You get it threaded. There should be no resistance. Screwing it back on. And then once you get it there, you just want to go hand tight. It's about good. Once you take it off next time, it'll be super easy. Alright, then as an extra precaution, I just checked my dipstick, which is right under your passenger side rear wheel well, which is right there. And then when you unscrew it, wipe it off, stick it back in and screw it on. You don't want to just let it sit there. You screw it all the way on, and that's how you check your oil level. But now that my oil level is for sure at the very bottom, I've got this hooked up. This is your oil fill right there, which is why it's awkward to pull a funnel off. So I've got this funnel that opens up right here, and I can pour oil in from here. All right, now with the thing ready to go, I'm gonna pour my quart that I previously opened right on in. Okay, so I just finished filling it up with oil. I'm now just gonna pop the oil cap back on. There we go. And then I'm gonna check the dipstick a couple times to make sure it's at the level I want. All right, so then once you checked your dipstick a couple times and you're happy where it's at, you're good to go. The one thing I'd recommend, 3 quarts might be a little bit too much. You might want to go with 2.5 quarts to start out with. And even with filling up my oil filter, I think that was too much. But yeah, oil change is done once you're happy with your level. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is just my air filter. All right, so once you're under your truck right next to your oil drain bolt, you just want to pop these latches off. This is your air filter box. And then once you get that, your cover will pop off. And there's your air filter right there. You just need to pop this wing nut, unscrew it off. And once you do, you can pull your air filter off. This one's pretty dirty. So I'm happy I'm getting a new one on here. Here's the 2 filters side by side. The one on the left, nice and clean. This one is pretty dirty, so good time to change. All right, so then the last step is just to put your air filter on and line it up with the hole, which you can kind of get a feel for, not too bad. And then just screw your wing nut on. And then once you pop your cover on, you have your air filter and oil changed. Pretty simple process. And you're good to hit the road.